So I emailed them and I was like, hey, what time do I need to show up? And they're like, oops, sorry, we forgot to give you a time. So just come at this time and we'll try to work you in. It was a show that I wasn't sure I was going to do, and I kind of decided at the last minute that I was going to do it. I have a special visitor. Her name is Lucy Lou. I don't know how long she's going to hang out with me. All right, guys, so today I want to talk about Tampa. Tampa was my first show of the season, but if you remember, I actually had a show planned before Tampa that was going to be my first show, and that was an ANBF show, and it got canceled. It was supposed to be the first weekend of August. It got canceled. I was going to use that as a warm-up show before Tampa to get me ready, and it didn't happen. So Tampa ended up being my first show. And it was really, really cool. It was an ANBF show. I've never done ANBF before, so I was really looking forward to that. And it was really cool because it was a pro-am show. So the amateurs competed on Saturday, and then if you won your pro card, you got to compete on Sunday as a pro in the pro show. So I was really excited about possibly winning my pro card on Saturday and then getting to compete on Sunday. And so, yeah, it was a really cool event. It was at the Tampa Convention Center, and it was part of this big fitness expo. So there was the bodybuilding competition, but there was also CrossFit, powerlifting, strongman, weightlifting, all these different competitions going on at the same time. And there was all these vendors and lots of networking opportunities, lots of people there. It was just a really big event and just really awesome and really fun. One of the things I did different for this show was I actually hired my own hair and makeup artist from Tampa. Now you have a few options for hair and makeup. One, you can always do it yourself. So if you're good with hair and makeup and you practice, you can definitely do it yourself. Bodybuilding stage makeup is very different from even just regular glam makeup and very different from your everyday makeup. But if you practice, you can definitely do it. I've done my own before back during the COVID year 2020. I didn't really want anyone in my face, that close to me doing my makeup, and the vaccines weren't out yet. And so I just ended up doing my own, and it turned out pretty good. Another option is you can hire the hair and makeup person that the show has hired as their official hair and makeup people. So every show will have an official hair and makeup person, and you can book their services. Sometimes this is good because it's very convenient and easy to do, but it can be bad because if they have a lot of competitors that are using the service, they're trying to get all of them through that morning, they can get a little bit behind, and it can get stressful because you've got a lot of things going on the morning of the show. So usually you have like another coat of tan you've got to do, you've got hair, makeup, you've got to get dressed, you've got to get packed, including your food, you've got to get to the venue, sometimes you have a competitors meeting, got all this stuff going on, and if they get behind, then that puts you behind, and then it can get a little stressful. Last year I had a not so good experience with the show's hair and makeup. I had booked their services, but they didn't send me a time. So I emailed them and I was like, hey, what time do I need to show up? And they're like, oops, sorry, we forgot to give you a time. So just come at this time and we'll try to work you in. So I came there and they kind of messed up my hair. It did not look good. My makeup was the wrong color. They had to wipe it off and redo it. That caused me to be a little bit late getting to the venue. And so I just felt kind of stressed out and rushed and didn't really have a chance to kind of get my mind right before the competition. So not so good, but for the most part, my hair and makeup have been pretty good. Sometimes I have trouble with my hair. I have clip-in hair extensions. My own hair is very fine. It doesn't hold a curl very well. It kind of gets frizzy, but then it's also limp at the same time. And it just doesn't really match the texture of the extensions. And sometimes the extensions show because my hair is so fine. And so I've had maybe some not so great luck with some of the hair that I've had done, but it's been okay. It hasn't been too terribly bad. Now, the third option that you can do is you can book a local hair and makeup person. Some of the pros to that are they can come to your own hotel on your own time, and it's usually about the same price as the show's hair and makeup person. Some bad things are that it is kind of hard to find people in the area if you're not from that area. And so all I did was just hashtag Tampa makeup artist and looked at portfolios and then kind of narrowed it down, reached out to a few people. Some weren't available that weekend, but I finally got it down, found a hair and makeup person. They came to my hotel on my own time in between all the other appointments and things going on. And it actually turned out pretty good. So Saturday was the amateur show. I got first place, got my pro card, and got to compete on Sunday as a pro and actually won my first pro show on Sunday. So that was super, super exciting. It was just a great event all around. Really enjoyed it. A few things I like about the ANBF is even if there aren't enough people in your category to make it a pro qualifier, they can still vote you a pro. So the judges can decide if you're pro worthy or not and go ahead and give you a pro card, which is nice because sometimes you go to these shows and they're kind of smaller shows. And if there aren't enough people in your category, even if you win first place, you don't get your pro card. So I really like how the ANBF does it. Also, they really make it an inclusive, family-like atmosphere. That's not to say that other federations don't do that, but just speaking specifically to the ANBF, they really do try to make it a family type, kind of laid back atmosphere. Now that being said, it is still very competitive. Some of those physiques could definitely rival or go up against some of the enhanced athletes. It was just a very, very competitive competition, but it was still felt very family-like and very supportive, which I definitely appreciated. Also in the ANBF, you get to do your own routine to your own music, which is always really cool. You can pick whatever music you like and you can kind of do whatever on stage. You've got a certain amount of time and you can do pretty much whatever you want. So that's kind of fun too. Some of the routines were really, really cool. So anyway, all in all, great experience in Tampa. We were right there on the water. Our hotel room overlooked the bay. My husband and I got to walk by the bay and we went to have some dinner one night. And so it was almost like a vacation. It was just a really, really fun competition. Yeah, I just really enjoyed like every minute of it. It was really fun. I'll probably put some footage. My husband did get some video footage, and so I'll probably put it somewhere here in the video for you to see. And I think I'll kind of wrap up this video. In my next episode, I'm going to talk about the next show that I did after Tampa. It was a show that I wasn't sure I was going to do, and I kind of decided at the last minute that I was going to do it. And so I'll explain what show that was and why I decided to do it. Yeah, I'll talk about all that in my next video. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.